Assalamu alaikum, dear brothers and sisters. Once Uqbat bin Amir, he asked Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam once, "What will give me success? What will give me safety?" And the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he gave three very brief replies. Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, number one, Amli alayka lisan. Learn how to control your tongue. One day, Umar bin Khattab once walked in the masjid. He saw Abu Bakr radiallahu anha holding his tongue. So he just said, "What are you doing? Why are you holding your tongue?" He says, "This thing has put me in so much trouble. Many households has been destroyed because of a tongue. How many communities?" Imam Shafi has a poem where he says how many people are in graveyard because of their tongue. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he says, "Amlik alayka." An interesting thing about the Arabic in this is he says alayka as if it's against you. You protect yourself against this thing that will really mess up your life if you don't control. Imam Shafi also said, if there's anything that deserves to be in jail for a long time, it's that tongue. Akal should be in front of the tongue. What happens after is that the tongue speaks and then we go, what did I just say? It's like an arrow. Once you shot it, you can't get it back. You say something to your daughter, your wife, your brother, your sister one time, the rest of their life they'll remember you, can apologize for 10 years, but it stays there. And that's why Imam Shafi says, the cut from the sword will heal, but the cut from the tongue will never heal. The way we learn how to speak, you know how when you have an infant of toddler, we celebrate speech. We are like the first word, and then they never shut up after right. So they say the same way we learn how to speak and we focus so much on how to speak. We also need to learn silence as well. You remember when we were small, we used to put kids in time out, don't say anything, just sit there quietly. I think a lot of us adults need some time out, so learn how to be quiet more. Number one, make your house enough for your meaning. Make the house a place that you are comfortable being there, being with your children there, being with your wife, being with your family. Just make your house comfortable for you enough for you, not this mentality. We all know the incident of our mother Aisha was accused of fornication and rumors about her had spread throughout the community, and we could imagine how that would feel to be someone like Aisha in that state where everyone is talking about something. And then I want you to imagine you are her father Abu Bakr. Like, what would it feel like to be a father of that type of rumor spreading around community? The hadith tells us that Aisha first of all didn't find out about the rumors for a while. When Aisha radiallahu found out, she immediately asked her to suicide. Can she go back to her mother and father's house? Yeah, go. When she walked in the door, she was very distraught, and the hadith says she walked in the house and her mother saw her face. She immediately started to comfort her. But Aisha says, when I walked in the house, I could hear my father on the roof of the house reciting Quran. There is a communal problem with your own family, but when is he at his on the roof of the house and he's reciting Quran? Now that doesn't mean he didn't do anything to try to fix it, but I think sometimes we need to realize that sometimes the most I can do is focus on my relationship with Allah, and that's what he was doing. He wasn't being not active. He was saying, you know what, maybe this is out of my hands and maybe I need to focus on my relationship with Allah. The third advice of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, now this is important. Where is our mental focus at what we are focusing on in our lives? He wants to direct our priorities. The end of this hadith says, cry over your sins now, and only way you will cry over something is when it's a priority in life and when you focus on it. And so what I feel this hadith does for me is it reminds me that there are a lot of problems in the world right now, whether they be global, whether they be communal, whatever they may be, but the thing that my heart should be primarily preoccupied with are my sins. How many of you have actually today thought over your sins? I think if we were honest, only a few of us may have actually sat and fought over them, let alone cry. See, we won't cry over them unless we actually take the first step and mentally prioritize them and think about them. One of the major problems we have is we are focusing on other people's, not our own faults. So let your own faults preoccupy you from the faults of other people. Focus on your own masail, your own sins. So, three things. Number one, let's control our tongue. Think about what we say. Number two, be comfortable at home. Number three, focus on your sins. Go to sleep. Think of what did I do today and say, Ya Allah, there is a lot I did wrong today. Wrap that up. Don't go to sleep without staying there. Don't go to sleep with those sins just sitting there. No, before you go to sleep. Do that. Tawbah, clean those out, inshallah. May Allah give us tawfiq and bless us all. Let the power of media improve our connection to our deen and make positive impact on our lives. Islamic Corner embark a transformation journey of knowledge, inspiration and spiritual growth towards Islam.